Hello everyone, welcome to this week's spoiler-free thoughts on Star Wars The Acolyte, Episode 3. Like last week, there's going to be two separate videos, one video talking about it without spoilers, and one talking about it with. I imagine both these videos will be kind of shorter, since it was only one episode this week, as opposed to the two that we had last week. But with that said, and let's just get right into this. So, this episode, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored this episode. I feel like this whole flashback, like, this whole thing could have been done in like 15-20 minutes. Like, the big part of it. You know, we didn't need certain moments that were in the episode. Like, there's moments where the girls are talking about, you know, how many cakes are you gonna eat after this thing that we're doing? It's like, why was this needed? And, like, I know there's more to that scene. It's basically like, this isn't really a spoiler. One of the twins wants to, like, be away from this whole thing, wants her own life, be away from, you know, her sister, not have to do everything with her sister, that whole spiel. But, like, they hit this nail on the head multiple times in the episode. So, like, this, that part wasn't needed. And there's more than once that, like, this happens in the episode. Well, on a more positive note, I did like the prosthetics and makeup for the character of Mother Coral. I know it's just a female Zabrak, but still, she looked cool. You know, appreciate things when you appreciate them. So, another thing that kind of bugs me, like, did we really need this one part where, this probably isn't really a spoiler at this point, like, the girls, the twins have mothers. So, like, they have two women raising them. And there's a point where, like, the mothers have basically, like, a parental rights argument. And I'm just like, why is this here? Like, did we really need this? And another thing for, like, you know, they don't really seem to be on the same page when it comes to these kids. Like, I'm sorry, but they don't, and I know that's a thing that happens in real life, but, like, did we need to see that in a Star Wars show? Like, was that something we really needed? I don't know. That's just me, personally. I didn't feel like it was needed. Because you've got the one, Mother Coral, who's just like, no, we need to keep, you know, the kids here, keep the Jedi from taking them, and Anastasia, the other one's just like, kids are old enough to let them choose for themselves. And, like, Anastasia even undermines Coral earlier in the episode. And I'm just like, y'all got some issues here. But anyway, let's see, do I have any more notes that aren't spoilers? Oh, so this coven of witches that are in the episode, they do have their own little take on the Force. In fact, I think they call it the thread or something, and they have different ways of looking at it. I'm actually okay with this. We all know it's the Force. They're not changing the name of the Force. They even refer to it as, some call it a Force. But, like, it's interesting to me to see, like, different sects, or in this case, cults, different viewpoints and takes on the Force. In fact, I think even Palpatine mentions in Revenge of the Sith that the Jedi view the Force is too dogmatic and narrow. That it's the mystery of the Force is much larger than how the Jedi view it. And honestly, we have only, at least in like watchable media, we've only really gotten the Force from the Jedi's perspective. So, you know, I honestly think that kind of thing's fascinating. But yeah, overall, like, I definitely felt like this was a weaker episode. And even though this is supposed to be, like, the backstory of the twins and the thing that happened, like, the inciting incident for this whole show, I walked away from it. I've watched it twice. I do 2 viewings. I do 1 viewing just to watch it, just to experience it, take it all in, as is, on my lunch break with one of my coworkers. And then I come home and I watch it again to take these notes to do the videos. And, like, even still, on a second watch, I'm still confused. Like, I feel like we're still missing pieces to this story. And, you know, we could have, you know, swapped out some of these unnecessary scenes with those missing pieces. Like, it would have been nice, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get more later on in the show. Although, I'll be real, like, and for those of you wondering, I will get to the one particular thing in the spoiler section. I'm not really going to discuss or talk about the thing that's going to drive the internet mad. I'm going to talk about it from a lore reason, not a outside world reason, because that's the part I'm annoyed about, is the lore. But again, that's spoiler video, so I will talk about it, just not here. But, like, I don't know, like, I was just kind of bored. I really was. There's no other way to say it. I was just kind of bored this episode. And another thing, and I was kind of thinking this when I watched the first 2 episodes, and now I'm really thinking it now, the scenes that they have at the end of the first 2 episodes, you know, they show us the Sith Lord, and they show us the Wookiee Jedi. Like, it feels like these scenes are here to, like, get you excited. It's like, ooh, Darksider, ooh, Wookiee Jedi, and then the next episode, like, barely has them. Or in the case of the Sith Lord, he's not in episode 2 at all. The Wookiee Jedi is in episode 3, but he's just sitting there working on stuff. So it's like, you're getting us excited for stuff, and then you don't deliver on it. So it's like, okay, why are these scenes here then? I don't know. I'm seeing some flaws, what I consider to be flaws. But again, this is just me. This is just my opinion. What do you guys think? If anybody's watching this, what do you guys think? And please, please, be respectful of each other. If you're liking the show, cool. Good for you. That is awesome. If you're not liking the show, I'm kind of halfway there with you. Again, that's fine too. But please, if anybody's going to talk about it, be nice. Be nice about it. There's no need for fights. There's no need for name-calling. There's no need for any of the toxic shit that there is online. Like, it doesn't need to be a thing. But anyway, that's it for this week. I might see you next week for episode 4. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Till then, y'all have a good one. See you in the spoiler video if you choose to go to that one. And y'all have a good one.